broadcast high school athletics
online
from Portland's West Side.
We are West Side Mobile Media,
Banks, Oregon.
Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Teninti's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for tonight's 2021 OSAA 4A volleyball play-in match between the Siuslaw Vikings of Florence from the Central Coast members of the Sky M League and the Banks Braves, the third-place finishers out of the Co-op League. Siuslaw will be wearing their royal blue uniforms with gold numerals, white trim, black shorts, Siuslaw and gold lettering across the shoulders with gold numerals on the back with white trim. Banks will be wearing their home white uniforms with black shorts, navy blue and gold accents and lettering. Well, right now they're wearing their pink Trust Us warm-up t-shirts, so we'll get you the official breakdown of the Banks Braves uniforms as we get later on into gameplay. We'll also be handling public address tonight for introducing the players for both teams and the announcement of this evening's national anthem. So you may hear a short break between or right before the first serve with the other duties we have going on tonight. Winner of tonight's match advances to Saturday, where they will go into the first round and then be reseeded based on how the other teams in the play-in round do tonight. We can tell you that the reason why Banks, despite being ranked so low coming in, hosted a game tonight. The way the playoffs work, one team, at least one team is, from each league, is guaranteed a home play-in match. The other two teams that advanced out of the Co-op League, Valley Catholic and Tillamook, were ranked high enough that they escaped the play-in round, leaving Banks as the only other team to host the play-in round, again taking on tonight the Siuslaw Vikings of Florence. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors for helping us bring you Banks High School athletics throughout the year and all the years, the past 7 years we've been broadcasting Banks High School athletics. Our main sponsor, Jason Bond Remodeling, who is our presenting sponsor. Jim's Market, our pregame sponsor. Sarah Hesselman, Keller Williams Realty, who is brought us keys to the game all year long for football. Christy Van Meter, LaHaye's Custom Embroidery in Hillsborough, and a host of others. We'll try to get you the rundown later on during the game. We'll take a short intermission now and get ready to bring you tonight's players over the public address speaker and tonight's national anthem. the Banks Braves. The OSAA requests that you help create an environment of safety, tolerance, acceptance, and respect. We call it being a star. Show your enthusiasm, show your spirit, and show respect as well. Show our students a supportive atmosphere in which they can be their best, and they might just show you greatness. Speaking of respect, tonight's officials, Linda McKinney and Sean Morrison. Now let's meet the rosters for both teams. First, for the visiting Vikings from Siuslaw of Florence. Number 2, Hayden Miller, 5'3", senior libero. Number 3, 6-foot freshman middle blocker, Rihanna Lane. Number 4, 6-foot freshman outside hitter, Miley Blake. Number 5, 5-foot sophomore defensive specialist, Mika Chappelle. Number 6, 5'8" junior middle blocker, Desiree Tupua. Number 7, outside hitter, 5'8" junior, Haley Outlaw. Number 8, 5'7" sophomore, right side hitter, Ashley Hennessy. Number 9, 5'4" sophomore setter, Brinley Manuz. Number 10, 5'7" senior setter, Zoe Alberti. Number 11, 5'9" senior middle blocker, Elizabeth Norton. Number 12, 5'5" sophomore opposite hitter, Ava Center. And number 13, 5'2" sophomore defensive specialist, Kate Wagner. The Vikings are coached by Carrie Blake and assisted by Kaya Blake. Now let's meet tonight's players for the home team, the Banks Lady Braves. Number 1, junior setter, Taylor Van Aken. Number 2, junior setter, Haley Evans. Number 3, defensive specialist, junior, Katie Raines. Number 4, sophomore outside hitter, Jocelyn Janicek. Number 5, senior defensive specialist, Riley Standley. Number 6, senior outside hitter, Naya Johnson. Number 7, sophomore defensive specialist, Ava Bogroff. Number 8, senior defensive specialist, Hayden Rockwell. Number 9, junior middle blocker, Alex Saunders. Number 10, junior middle blocker, Madison Walker. Number 11, junior outside hitter, Madison Bigsby. And number 13, senior defensive specialist, Sierra Jackson. Head coaches this year for the Banks Braves, Stephanie Wayne and Rhonda King, assisted by Diana Hurd. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And we're just about set for tonight's first serve between the Siuslaw Vikings of Florence and the Banks Braves. The winner will advance to Saturday's first round matchups. Tonight's winner most likely will be on the road. Thank you. Banks will be in their home white uniforms, navy blue numerals on the front, navy blue and Vegas gold trimmed, pointed text on the back with navy blue numerals, Braves on the back between the shoulder blades. Very dark blue, almost black shorts. Banks High School gym runs east and west. Banks, the home team, will be on the west end of the court. Teams will not switch sides. We're high atop the visitors' bleachers on the north side of the gym. The home side is to the south. Again, also want to thank our other sponsors, Wanna Credit Union, LaHaye's, we mentioned them, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, Andy McNabb Allstate, Banks Post Newspaper, Chris Resack, Edward Jones Forest Grove, EconoFab Custom Pole Buildings, Main Street Pizza, North Side Rock, Oregon Coffee Roaster, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Specialty Screen Printing, Tenente's Pizza, and Oregon Army National Guard. Banks will serve first as the home team. Alex Saunders serving from the near side, near the right low block, the basketball key. And first point is an ace off the libero, misplayed by Hayden Muller for the Braves, and Banks has an early 1-0 lead. And Siuslaw comes back quickly with the kill down the near side, and we're tied at 1. We'll do our best to try to keep you updated on the score, but volleyball, a sport that, especially when you're broadcasting by yourself, score is almost constantly changing. Serving for Siuslaw number 10, Zoe Alberti. Serving from the left, low block, low, hung on the top of the net, and is going to go back to the Siuslaw side. So the Braves back with a 1-point advantage, 2-1, first set. Number 5, Riley Stanley, tonight's libero, will serve for the Braves. Dug out back row by Siuslaw. Far side, Norton dug out by Stanley, returned by Nia Johnson. Siuslaw recovers. Back across the net by the Vikings. Center of the back row by the Braves. And Madison Walker down the far side for the point. Far back corner, close call. Braves with a 3-1 lead. And apparently the volleyball made its way into the hallway, so a little bit of a delay getting the ball back onto the court. Serve from Stanley, back row center, picked up by Mika Chappelle. Return blocked at the net by Madison Walker off the kill attempt from Desiree Tapua, and the Braves are up 4-1. Serve from Stanley. Again, back row Chappelle. Misplays it, but gets it to Muller. Returned by Siuslaw down the far side, just inside the line, and Braves defense can't get over there in time, and it's 4-2. Side out back to the Vikings. Serve from Haley Outlaw, returned by the Braves. Siuslaw goes far side to Miley Blake for the kill. Past diving effort from Riley Stanley, and the Siuslaw Vikings back within one after back-to-back points, trailing 4-3. Again, the serve from Outlaw. Stanley pops it up. Evans comes over to the far side, and being misplayed by Van Aken. Unable to come up with the return. 3 straight for Siuslaw now to come back to tie it at 4. Serve from Outlaw. Stanley to Evans. Walker couldn't, I think she led her a little bit too far towards the net and didn't really have room to make a play on the ball. And Siuslaw now with 4 straight has taken their first lead of the match at 5-4. Stanley after the serve from the Vikings. Evans near side to Nia Johnson. Siuslaw plays it, coming up with the return. Miley Blake down the far side. Walker off the block of Tapua. Braves get the side out and are able to tie it at 5. I believe it is Van Aken to serve from just inside the left low block for the Braves. Short. And Siuslaw unable to come up with the return. Short serve. Rihanna Blake came up to get it, but hit it under the net, and Siuslaw unable to pull it back. Braves back to a 1-point lead at 6-5. Serve from Van Aken. Blake coming over to get it into the back row is Alberti, returned by the Vikings. Stanley pops it up. Evans takes it away from Van Aken. Van Aken returns it out of the far back corner. Blake gets it back up towards the front of the net, and perfect assist that time from Desiree Tapua. Miley Blake with the kill. Vikings get the side out back tied at 6. Almost looked like she was going to lead Blake into the net, but able to hang on her jump just a little bit to avoid making contact with the net, and a perfect kill. Side out back for Desiree Tapua, serving for Siuslaw. Low. Stanley able to dig it out. Evans with the return for the Braves. Blake far side into the back row. Popped up high by Rockwell. Returned by Nia Johnson. And Tapua tries to make a play on it. Probably should have let it go. Braves are going to get the side out back after Tapua's attempt goes out of play over near the hallway. Banks back to a 7-6 lead. Serve from Walker. Returned by Rihanna Lane. Dug out by Stanley. Evans. Johnson comes near side. And yeah, too many hits. That's what I thought. Braves tried to play it off the net, but Nia Johnson's third attempt came up short into the top of the net, and it's side out back to Siuslaw, tied at 7. Jonathan Lee not joining us for volleyball. Perfect serve that time. Walker dives near the wall. Thankfully does not collide with it head first, as she made a dangerous slide and attempt on the ball, but it's an ace for Brinley Manuz serving for the Vikings, and Siuslaw back to a 1-point lead at 8-7. Banks had an early 4-1 lead, and Siuslaw came back to tie it. It's been back and forth ever since. No team since that point leading by more than 1 point. We have a Siuslaw timeout. Not an official timeout, just a player coming off the court to the bench, maybe an equipment issue. Serve from Manuz is short over the net though. Johnson, and too much. Johnson popped it up, and we're just like a lob in tennis, and an easy kill for the Vikings, now up 9-7. Nia Johnson taps her chest and says, my bad. Vikings, though, with the 2-point lead. And the return attempt from Stanley is going to go behind the scores table. And Siuslaw now starting to create some separation with a 3-point lead in the first set at 10-7. And another serve from Siuslaw, unable to be returned by the Braves. Banks trailing now 11-7 as we start to get into the midway point of the first set. The serve from Manuz off the top of the net, and perfectly played Brindley Manuz getting a kind bounce off the top of the net. I thought we may see that. A timeout Banks. Siuslaw Florence 12, Banks 7. Siuslaw on an 11-3 run. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this. Terry Powell, American Family Insurance timeout.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
And we're back. Brindley Manuz holding serve for Siuslaw. 5-point lead at 12-7. Gets the whistle for the go-ahead to begin play. Dug out by Stanley. Evans sets it back across. Alberti, and communication issues that time between Manuz and Alberti, center of the near side, and Banks gets a big side out after Siuslaw able to go on a little bit of a run. Banks still trailing 12-8. Sierra Jackson, center of the key. Her serve is dug out by Muller. Returned by Blake, near side off the block of Janicek and Saunders. Side out back to Siuslaw. Braves unable to put a string together there on that serve from Sierra Jackson. Vikings back to a 5-point advantage. The serve from Muller. And Saunders unable to get positioned in time to make a correct play on the ball, and it goes into the bleachers. 14-8 for the Vikings. Muller's serve is misplayed by Walker. 15-8 Siuslaw, and the Braves came out decent and actually had a 3-point lead early, but Siuslaw maybe a little bit of road lag, and they've now taken control at 15-8. Dumped over by Saunders. Muller returned by Siuslaw. Haley Outlaw and Walker and Jackson nearly come together in the back row, and it's another point for the Vikings, leading 16-8. Serve from Evans. Back row played by Tapua. Far side, Haley Outlaw, dug out by Walker. Evans, near side, and Van Aken stepped over the line. Another error for the Braves and another point for Siuslaw. Score reads 16-9. I'm not sure that's correct. Mika Chappelle will serve for the Vikings. Jackson far side. Evans back to Walker out of the back row. Chappelle, nice job to kind of stick her hands in front of her face like a hammer and able to play it. Tipped at the net by Siuslaw off the return from Van Aken. Tapua far side for Haley Outlaw. And the Vikings are going to get too many hits side out back to the Braves, but still a long ways to go, trailing 16-10. Serve from Saunders as the Braves have now completed their rotation. Over the top into the back row, too long off the attempt from Zoe Alberti on the return. Back-to-back points for the Braves. Still trailing by 5, 16-11. Serve from Saunders is an ace. Diving effort from Mika Chappelle sends the ball out of control near the near side net pole, and the Braves within 4 at 16-12 after 3 straight. Saunders serve this time, runs out of gas, goes into the top of the net. 17-12 in favor of the Vikings. Zoe Alberti serving for Siuslaw. Jackson, center of the back row. Evans comes near side to Walker. Blocked at the net, and Rockwell can't handle it as the kill. She got underneath it, but too much, and it goes into the back wall. 18-12 in favor of the Vikings. Serve from Alberti is too long, and the Braves get the side out back, trailing by 5 at 18-13. Serve from Stanley. Dug out by Chappelle, and Walker, I think, kind of intimidated Tapua, tried to pull it off the net, and Braves get a point on serve, trailing 18-14. Serve from Stanley. Center of the net to Tapua, side out back to Siuslaw. Again, a 5-point advantage, 19-14, as we start to wind down the first set of the 2021 OSAA 4A volleyball play-in round. Banks Braves hosting the Siuslaw Vikings of Florence. Rockwell misplays it, but gets it to Van Aken far side, returned by Evans. Siuslaw scrambling defensively, returned by Tapua. Johnson, Evans to Walker, too much. And Siuslaw has reached the 20-point mark with a 6-point advantage, 20-14. Serve from Haley Outlaw. Evans sets up Johnson on the return. Dug out by Chappelle. Returned by Miley Blake for the Vikings. Chappelle. And I think we're going to get hitting error on the Braves. 21-14 Vikings. Siuslaw up a touchdown. Our next broadcast will be football. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment. The serve from the Vikings. Evans to Johnson on the return and getting a hand on it late and knocking it into the wall. Number 5, Mika Chappelle for Siuslaw. Side out back to Banks, trailing 21-15. Our next broadcast will be the final regular season broadcast of the year for football as the Banks Braves host Tillamook. The winner of that game will be the 4A District 1 representative to the 2021 OSAA 4A football playoffs. The loser will be the number 2 seed from the district, as Siuslaw with a kill down the far side line, unable to be played by the Braves as it goes over near the student section, out of play. 22-15 Vikings back to a 7-point lead. Interesting thing though for the league's other third place spot into state, Siuslaw or Seaside and Astoria play Friday. Serve from Tapua off the net. Evans to Johnson, and battle at the net, both sides. Nice job. Van Aken dives. Oh, incredible. Evans punched over. Oh! Walker calling for a tip. And I think they're going to get it. Incredible play by Madison Walker at the net. Went wide to the near side, but got a lucky break off of a tip from the Vikings. And the Braves back within 6 at 22-16. We'll tell you about football after the end of this set. The serve from Walker is returned by Blake. Diving late Johnson. Siuslaw able to find a hole in the center of the Braves defense, and Siuslaw 2 points away from a first set victory, up 23-16. Serve is short into the bottom of the net off the attempt from Brindley Manuz for the Vikings, and the Braves within 6 at 23-17. It's still a long ways to go to get back into this first set, down 6, with Siuslaw needing 2 points for the set. Jackson to serve from the left side of the key. Back sets to Blake on the return for the Vikings. Evans sets to Saunders. Manus, returned by Blake off the net and over the top of the wall from Saunders and Janasek. Evans dives late but can't get there in time. 24-17, set point for the Vikings in the first set, up by 7. Serve from Muller, returned by Evans. Far side to Haley Outlaw, and it's going to go across the net, the opposite side of the wall from the Braves, and the Vikings win the first set 25-17. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back in just a moment.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Small businesses represent so much more than the uniqueness of our area and the personality of our communities. Local business also represents the hard work and history of the places we live, which is why Wana Credit Union is staying open, so that your business can stay open too. Wana Credit Union offers all types of commercial lending options, including business credit cards, vehicle and equipment loans, small business lines of credit, and more. Stop by a branch, reach out to our commercial team, or check out wanafcu.org to open your doors and keep them open so that your business thrives for years to come. Wana Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
And we're back. Siuslaw 1-0 lead, 25-17. Again, football on Friday night. Banks wins. They're the 4A District 1 champs. Tillamook wins. They're the league champs. Loser will be number 2 to State out of the district. The third place finisher, if Astoria beats Seaside on Friday night, we'll have a mess. Seaside, Astoria, and Milwaukee will all finish tied in third with 2 wins and 3 losses, barring some kind of miracle. If Valley Catholic, winless on the season, beats Milwaukee, that could kind of clean things up a little bit, but Valley Catholic has only played once in league in for football at approximately 6:40, 20 minutes prior to airtime. Jonathan Lee may be joining us a little bit late as he is going to be traveling back from Seattle that night. Jonathan, hope to have him with us for basketball and volleyball also baseball also in the spring. Longtime voice of Cottage Grove Athletics, also involved with Linfield College football broadcasts. Serve from Zoe Alberti, first serve of the second set. Jackson, turned by Walker out of the back row, short into the top of the net far side. Siuslaw with the first point of the second set. Serve from Alberti, back row. Jackson misplays it into the top of the pad on the west wall. Another ace for the Vikings, up 2-0 in the second set. Banks came out ready and had a 4-1 lead in the first set, but had some issues midway through early to middle stages of the first set, and Siuslaw able to pull away for the 25-17 first set victory. Good volley at the net, both teams. Returned near side by Ashley Hennessy. Saunders sets up Van Aken for the kill just inside the back line. Muller and Chappelle both swung and missed and looked at each other and said, oh, how did that get through? And Braves get the side out for the first time in the second set, trailing 2-1. Serve from Saunders near side. Dug out by Chappelle. Tapua, nice job by Jackson to pop it up. Battle at the net is won by Siuslaw. Allah and Tapua with the wall to come up with the point for the Vikings. Side out back to Siuslaw, leading 3-1. Serve from Muller, the libero. Evans for the Braves sets up Walker, and again, too much Wheaties for breakfast this morning, and the Vikings are up 4-1. For Muller holding serve for the Vikings. Jackson able to dig it out and come up with the return off the serve. And this time I think they're going to get an error from Siuslaw on the return. I think somebody shifted side out back to the Braves. Trailing 4-2. Substitution, Nia Johnson comes in for Jackson. Also Janicek coming out. Serve from Stanley. Back row Chappelle for the Vikings. Set far side to Blake. And Blake comes up short at the net. 4-3. Braves back within one after back-to-back points early in the second set. Oh no, they're going to give the point to Siuslaw. 5-2 Vikings. And while we get that corrected, the Vikings come up with another point at the net and now lead 6-2. Jump serve from Tapua is low, and it goes off the face of Van Aken. Rockwell able to keep it alive, returned by the Braves. Far side to Blake, too much for Rockwell, trying to dive late, but ball hits the floor right in front of her. Siuslaw in control of the second set, 7-2. Serve from Tapua, short, skips off the net. Both Rockwell and Stanley able to dig low and come up with, keep it off the floor. Braves come up with a return. Blake far side, blocked at the net by Walker. Siuslaw can't handle it, goes all the way across the net into the scores table. They are able to make an attempt on it, but unable to keep it in play. Braves still trail, however, 7-3. Serve from Van Aken. Muller. Blake at the net. And Rockwell kind of made a half swing at it, and too much off the kill from Miley Blake, and Siuslaw up 5 at 8-3. Brindley Manuse from the basketball end line, running up to the server's line. Van Aken to Evans, sets up Johnson near side, blocked, and hitting error on the Braves. Vikings stretching the lead to 6 at 9-3. Already up 1-0, 25-17. Again, the serve from Manuse. Van Aken goes low to get it returned by the Braves. Blake into the back row, and Stanley digs it out up to the net, and Evans unable to play it off the net. 10-3, Vikings with a 7-point lead again. Manuse is short that time into the net, and the Braves finally get another point here in the second set, trailing 10-4 after the service error from the Vikings. Alex Saunders comes in for the Braves, replacing Rockwell. Madison Walker will serve for the Braves, so it's Saunders, Evans, and Johnson across the front row, and Siuslaw unable to play it off the bottom of the net, and the Braves with back-to-back points, trailing 10-5. Serve from Walker, Blake. Back to Blake off the assist from Brindley Manuse. Dug up by Rockwell. Evans sets up Johnson over the top of the wall. And Evans slaps it back across the net. Far side Muller. And off the net stick far side. And that's out of bounds off the attempt from Zoe Alberti. And the Braves with 3 in a row trailing 10-6. Walker's serve, Tapua out of the back row, kept alive by Manuse, returned by Blake. Stanley misplays it, but right to Walker, returned by Saunders for the Braves. Tapua. And we're going to get net contact from Rihanna Lane. Braves on a little bit of a run here to try to get back in it. Start to get to the middle stages of the second set, trailing 10-7. And an ace from Madison Walker. Blake dives and comes up short. Ace from Madison Walker. Braves trailing now only by 2 at 10-8. Down 10-4 a moment ago. The serve from Walker. Muller up to the net. Angled beautifully that time from the far side by Zoe Alberti. To the near side. Nobody there for the Braves. And side out back to the Vikings with an 11-8 lead. Beautiful, incredible crowd noise from the student section, but it's an ace from Miley Blake. And the Vikings stretching the lead now back to 4 at 11-8. It was 6 a moment ago at 10-4. Jump serve from Blake. Stanley pops it up. Evans comes into the back corner. Saunders on the return, dug out by Blake for the Vikings. Setting it back in play, Outlaw, and the Braves come up with the kill. I think it was Nia Johnson, and the Braves back within 3, getting the side out 12-9. Serve from Jackson. Tapua. One-hand attempt is, nice job by Van Aken to keep it in play down the far side line, and we're going to get a hitting error off the Braves. And side out back to the Vikings, back to a 4-point lead at 13-9. Chappelle, center of the key for the Vikings. Deep serve, dug out by Walker. Evans, near side, returned by Janasek for the Braves. Muller comes up for the Vikings. Far side, Outlaw on the return. Janasek dives and can't get there in time. 14-9, Vikings nearing that 6-point advantage at 10-4 where it was earlier in the first set, and this time the serve from Chappelle is long, and the Braves within 4 again at 14-10. Serve from Evans, far side corner. Chappelle misplays it, but Muller able to keep it alive, returned by Outlaw. Walker far side. Evans sets up Saunders at the net, and back row had shifted up. Nobody home, and it's inside the back row, and we have a timeout. Siuslaw. Banks within 3, 14-11 in the second set. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this. From LaHaye's Custom Embroidery.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com, or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back, second set. Siuslaw of Florence a 14-11 lead following their timeout. Vikings a 1-0 lead, winning the first set 25-17. Serve from Evans far side is just a couple of inches long. Side out back to the Vikings and a 4-point lead at 15-11. Zoe Alberti's serve is just long by about an inch or two. Side out back to the Braves, and the two teams trading long serves that have gone out of bounds. The serve from Alex Saunders, we'll see if she can get that one in play, and it's too short. Overcorrected that time, and side out back to the Vikings, 16-12. Muller gets the whistle to start her serve from the officials. Evans near side to Walker. Off the block, dug out by Chappelle. And Blake off the net stick far side. Side out back to the Braves. Again, a 3-point advantage for the Vikings at 16-13. Johnson and Stanley will come in. Stanley will come in to serve. Janasek sitting for the Braves. Serve from Stanley. Blake. Tapua over the top of Walker. Johnson. Evans back to Johnson near side. Into the back row, Chappelle. Blake far side for the Vikings. Off the block attempt and into the back row, back corner. Far back corner where Rockwell unable to get to it. Side out back to the Vikings. 3 to 4 point advantage where it's been the last couple of serves. Vikings up 4 at 17-13. The serve from Tapua. Short and an ace right between Stanley and Rockwell near back corner. And Siuslaw now starting to pull away again late in the second, up 18-13. Jump serve from Tapua off the net. Johnson tried to do what she could to keep it away from the net pole, but I think she collided with it a little bit and unable to keep the ball in play. Siuslaw 6 at 19-13. That time the serve from Tapua runs out of gas, 19-14 side out to the Braves, but still a ways to go to try to get back even at one set apiece. Serve from Van Aken. Muller comes up. Alberti sets up Rihanna Lane for the kill. Johnson able to play it off the net, but just able to get a hand on it, and Braves can't recover defensively. 20-14. Vikings back up 6. Serve from Manuz. Van Aken keeps it in play. Returned by Evans to Pua. Far side to Blake off the kill. Oh, dug out by Rockwell. Nice job, but too much to keep it under any kind of control. And it's going to go out of bounds on the Siuslaw side, far side into the bleachers. 21-14 Vikings. I think we have the same score in the first as well, which the Vikings eventually won 25-17. Foul at the net, Blake, and comes up short into the net. Side out back to the Braves, 21-15. Saunders back into the match for the Braves, replacing Rockwell. Serve from Madison Walker to Pua. Blake off the back set, Evans. Saunders keeps it alive, returned by Nia Johnson to Pua for Siuslaw, who comes center of the court down the far side. Rihanna Lane made contact with the net, and her kill attempt was wide, barely to the far side near the student section. 21-16. Braves 1 point away from matching their total from last set. Again, the serve from Madison Walker, and too far into the net for Brinley Manuz, and the Braves have now matched that 17-point mark where they were cut off in the first set by Siuslaw. Serve from Walker, skips off the top of the net, returned by Manuz. Stanley to Evans. Saunders for the kill into the near back corner. Nobody there for the Vikings. Braves back within 3 at 21-18. Siuslaw, top 10 team, really surprised that they were on the road for the play-in round, and Van Aken dives late but can't get there in time. Side out back to the Vikings, up 4, 22-18. Serve from Blake, short to Van Aken. To Evans, back sets to Johnson. From out of bounds, angled it beautifully. Manuz played too far up on it. Had to try to backpedal and able to get a hand on it, and that was it. Side out back to the Braves, trailing 22-19. Serve from Jackson. Muller, returned by Lane for the Vikings. Saunders recovers, gets it back across the net for the Braves. Muller, Vikings far side to Outlaw, returned by the Braves far side. Outlaw on the return. Evans sets up Saunders, blocked at the net. That time by Rihanna Lane, side out back to Siuslaw, up 4, 23-19. Mika Chappelle comes in to serve for Siuslaw. 23-19, 2 points away from a 2-set-to-none advantage, and that serve is long. Side out back to the Braves. We've reached 20 points for the first time tonight. Serve from Evans is short, but Siuslaw able to play it. Returned off the top of the net by the Braves for the point. 23-21. Serve from Evans is short again, but Alberti picks it up. The turn by Tapua over the top of the wall. Janasek. Evans sets up Van Aken near side. Chappelle. Muller. And Blake off the far side net, Blake Outlaw off the far side net stick, and Banks within one at 23-22. Substitution Kate Wagner coming in for the Vikings. Serve from Evans. Short. Muller comes up to get it. Wagner. Tapua. Down the near side, and set point for the Vikings at 24-22. Alberti to serve from just below the left low block. Slowly takes a couple of steps forward, dug out by Walker. Evans to Van Aken. Wide to the back corner, and Siuslaw takes set 2, 25-22. We'll take a 2-minute break.
Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Serve from Saunders. Muller punched over by Wagner. Evans. Van Aken. Walker down the near side, just wide. And Siuslaw with the first point of the third set. Alberti from the left low block, her serve. Popped up by Bogroff. Rockwell to Walker. Again, too much. Aiming for the back row. Just about 6 inches too long, 2-0. Siuslaw hoping for a 3-set sweep of the Braves to advance to the first round. Janicek misplays it, but Rockwell able to keep it in play, returned by the Braves. And they're going to get a hitting error on Banks, trailing 3-0. Alberti's serve. Bogroff. Van Aken on the return, blocked out of bounds to the far side near the student section. Braves get their first point of the third set, trailing 3-1. Stanley's serve is dug out by Chappelle into the bottom of the net. I think she stretched a little bit too far for that one, trying to dig it out, and unable to get it to a teammate, and the Braves pull within one at 3-2. Stanley, this time Chappelle properly positioned, and Tapua with the kill past or in front of a diving effort from Rockwell. Siuslaw back to a 2-point lead at 4-2. Service short, but dug out by Rockwell. Over the top by Walker, across the net. Tapua plays it, pulls it back, returned by Blake. Stanley to Evans, near side to Johnson, back row to, Siuslaw, incredible effort to return it, but wide to the near side, or wide to the far side, that is, and Banks again back within one at 4-3 early in the third set, trailing 2-0. Serve from Van Aken. Alberti, Tapua, diving effort. Braves able to play it off the net, dumped over by Walker. Blake. Punched over by Manuz. Or Chappelle, returned by the Braves. Muller. Tapua over the top, and went over the top of the block attempt of Madison Walker, and Braves dive late, but unable to keep it off the floor. And the Vikings back to a 2-point lead at 5-3. Tapua, center of the key, right between the N and the K, and Banks along the N line. Stanley, Evans pulls it off the net, returned by Rockwell for the ace. Far back corner, Braves again back within one at 5-4 after an incredible play off the net by the Braves. Serve from Walker, Blake. Saunders with the slap kill into the back row after Siuslaw had lobbed it up and expecting a block or a big kill and to come up to the net. We're tied at 5. Down the far side, and the Braves have taken the lead at 6-5 early in the third set. Walker's serve far back corner, dug out by Blake. Battle at the net, and whistle, and Siuslaw front line made contact, 7-5. Braves' largest lead they've had tonight, I think, was early at 4-1. And it's an ace for Walker as Muller can't play it. Braves with a 3-point lead. Timeout, Siuslaw. Braves with momentum in the third set, hoping to stretch it to at least a fourth set. Banks 8, Siuslaw 5, trailing 2-0. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from EconoFab.
Hey Brave fans, this is Chris Lyda, the voice of the Braves, here to tell you about EconoFab Buildings. EconoFab is a third-generation family-owned and operated pole building company located right here in Brave Country. EconoFab has been in business for almost 50 years, constructing shops, garages, and barns. I had them build my 2 shops, and as a satisfied and repeat customer, I'm here to tell you that EconoFab puts the fab in fabulous. Go visit them online at econofabbuildings.com.
And we're back. Braves an 8-5 lead in the third set, down 2-0, 25-17, 25-22 to the Siuslaw Vikings of Florence, located about an hour west of Eugene, home of the University of Oregon. Tapua's return off the serve from Walker. Evans, kind of backhand return, caught Siuslaw off guard, but into the back row, Walker. Van Aken gets it in all the way into the back row for the Vikings. Returned far side by Blake, dug out by Stanley. Evans, incredible return, but into the bottom of the net. And Siuslaw is going to get the side out, but incredible effort from the Braves. Now just a 2-point lead at 8-6, side out back to the Vikings. Kate Wagner, Kate spelled with a C, serving for the Vikings. Far side. Johnson calls for it after coming up with the dig, and Saunders can't get herself positioned defensively after the kill, and Siuslaw back within 1 at 8-7. So from Wagner, popped up late by Saunders. Evans back to Saunders, comes up to the center of the net. Wagner sets it to Elizabeth Norton. Comes up with the return. Walker. Wagner punches it over. Van Aken far side. Evans sets up Saunders. And they got a tip. I think it would have went in anyway. It looked like it touched the back line. Side out back to the Braves. Back to a 2-point advantage at 9-7. So from Nia Johnson to Pua. Wagner. Muller on the return. Van Aken to Evans. Sets up Saunders. Too much by a couple of inches. Side out back to the Vikings. Trailing 9-8. I must have got a touch because it was returned long. Scoreboard reads 10-7 Braves. We'll keep things here or keep the score the way it is until the serve. It might get changed. Score is going to stay 10-7. Serve from Nia Johnson, dug out by Muller. Wagner sets up Norton at the net, returned by the Braves. Muller to Wagner, far side to Alberti. Returned by Evans, far side. Muller, Wagner, again Alberti. Blocked at the net by Saunders. Braves in 11-7 lead, their largest of the match. Up 4 in the third, trailing 2-0. Serve from Johnson. Blake dumped over by Evans. Alberti is there though. Wagner back to Alberti. Returned across the net. Johnson to Evans far side. Saunders again off the net. Wagner plays it. Muller to Alberti, far side, over the top. Coming up to get it, Van Aken. Evans, nice effort, but it came up with the return, but unable to stay out from under the bottom of, or the center line under the net. And side out back to the Vikings, trailing by 3, 11-8. Serve from Muller. Walker to Evans. Nice job to come up and return it from out of bounds on the far side at the net pole. Side out back to the Braves, back to a 4-point lead at 12-8. Return from Siuslaw that time, coming up short into the net. Serve from Evans, short. Outlaw. Tapua on the return for the Vikings. Janasek. Van Aken pulls it back. Saunders dumps it over the top. Alberti near side. Returned by Evans, set back across into the far back corner to Muller. Returned by Outlaw, dug out by Bogroff. Returned by Van Aken, and Muller hits it high and nearly into the back wall, and the Vikings can't play it. 13-8, Braves up 5. Serve from Evans again is short. Alberti returns it. Braves play it back across the net. Wagner, far side to Outlaw, and we're up too much for Bogroff. 13-9. Braves up 4, side out back to the Vikings, but they're able to stretch it an extra point or two each time they get serve, and that's that creates a little bit of insurance when the side out goes back to Siuslaw. Serve from Chappelle. Walker. Evans. Returned by Van Aken. Chappelle pops it up, and Siuslaw's not going to get there in time. Wagner tries to chase it down back line, or back near the end line, the basketball end line on the east end of the court. Braves up 5 at 14-9. Serve from Saunders. Walker on the kill after the lob from the return on Muller, off the return from Siuslaw, and the Braves are up 15-9 in the third set. Give Siuslaw libero Hayden Muller the assist to Madison Walker on that kill. Serve from Saunders, Braves up 15-9, and it's a miss played by Haley Outlaw. Timeout Siuslaw, Braves up 16-9 in the third, in control, hoping to send it to a fourth set. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Main Street Pizza.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street Pizza.
And we're back. Braves a 16-9 lead in the third set, up or trailing 2 sets to none. 25-17, 25-22. Alex Saunders getting the go ahead to serve following the timeout from the Vikings. Very near back corner. Dug out this time by Outlaw. Wagner returned by Chappelle out of the back row, and Bogroff thought it was going to go long, called it, but it's just inside the near back corner, side out back to the Vikings, still trailing by 6, 16-10. Serve from Alberti is dug out by Bogroff, but it's going to go behind the scores table. (16-11) favor of the Braves. Rockwell keeps it back in play, and communication issues again. Evans and Bogroff. 3 straight for the Vikings, 16-12. Braves need a side out. The serve from Alberti. Stanley, Evans far side, sets up Van Aken over the top. Muller punches it up high into the air, returned by Outlaw. Walker for the kill. Too much for Muller, and the Braves get the side out, ending the run at a big time for Siuslaw. Banks back up 5 at 17-12. Bogroff will come out. Front row is Johnson, Walker, and Van Aken for the Braves. Evans in the middle with Bogroff. Stanley getting ready to serve for the Braves, and we're going to have a officials timeout as something made its way onto the floor near the far side net pole. Serve from Stanley, dug out by Chappelle. Alberti, Tapua, dug out by Stanley beautifully. Far side, Rockwell pops it up. Evans, Van Aken late, sets it down the line for the point. Far side, right down the line off the return from Van Aken, and the Braves are up 6, 18-12. Serve from Stanley. Muller. Tapua, too much that time off the net. Yeah, and she made net contact, and now the officials are going to talk about it. As it stands now, the score is 18-12. Siuslaw thinks they have a kill, but Tapua made contact with the net, and Siuslaw fans are ready to come unglued if this call gets reversed. Siuslaw 2-0 lead, 25-17, 25-22. And looks like we're ready to resume play. They are going to give the point to Banks. Siuslaw fans are livid. Serve from Stanley. Muller far side. Alberti returned by Tapua. Walker is there. Evans to Johnson near side. Returned by the Braves. Muller pops it up. Walker the kill! (20-12) Braves. Oh yeah, Walker made contact with the net same way Tapua did. So side out goes back to Siuslaw, trailing 19-13. The serve from Outlaw, returned by the Braves. Chappelle can't handle it, it goes into the floor. Braves up 7, 20-13, in control of the fourth set. Serve from Van Aken, short. Blake comes up, misplays it, and lack of communication from Siuslaw. Ava center coming over late down the near side, but unable to get there in time. Braves with an 8-point lead, 21-13. Again, the serve from Van Aken. Blake Alberti sets up Tapua. Dug out by Stanley. Kept alive by Johnson. Returned by the Braves. Far side, Blake blocked down the line. Dug out by Siuslaw. Tapua again battle at the net. Dumped over by Tapua. Johnson. Evans back to Johnson near side. Chappelle pops it up. Muller sets it to Blake. Over the top, Walker. Evans sets it back to Walker. Blocked at the net by Blake, and Siuslaw gets the side out back at 21-14. Incredible play. Things are heating up late in the second set. Braves still with a touchdown lead at 21-14. Serve from Tapua is short, dug out by Van Aken. Evans to Johnson on the return. Muller pulls it off the floor and too far into the net. Far side or near side. Braves back up 8 and the side out, 3 points away from taking the fourth set and pulling within 2 sets to 1. Up 22-14. Serve from Walker. And it's an ace off of Blake Lowe. Makes it across the net with no touch. And Blake gets her hands on it, but too much speed off the serve of Walker, and it's 23-14. This place is going to come unglued if the Braves are able to come up with the fourth set. Tapua dumps it over, hung on the net. Oh, incredible play off the floor, and it just goes over the head of Nia Johnson, who was on the floor. 23-15, but a lot better effort from the Braves here in the fourth set. Still up 8, but the side out back to the Vikings. Serve from Wagner. Popped up by Saunders. Evans back to Saunders. Far side, blocked. Dug out by the Vikings. Returned by Blake, and a hitting error on the Braves. Well, they are going to give the point to the Braves. One official indicated a hitting error against the Braves. Serve from Banks is returned by Siuslaw. Evans sets up Saunders, blocked at the net. Recovered by the Vikings and returned. Evans sets up Saunders over the top. Van Aken, returned by Evans. Muller pops it up far back corner. Tapua keeps it alive, returned by Alberti. Jackson. Evans far side for the Braves. Here comes Saunders. Tapua pulls it out. Wagner back sets to Blake over the top. Diving late Walker, and again communication. Saunders and Evans. 24-16. Still set point for the Braves, though, in the fourth. Serve from Muller. Walker plays it late, kept alive by Van Aken, returned by Walker. Nice job after nearly having it go into the wall. Over the top, Norton comes up with the return for the Vikings. Evans to Saunders into the net. Keep it together, ladies. Braves just 1 win out of 10 matches in non-league play. Had a lot better opportunities to come up with more wins, but had fell apart in late situations like this. And another error from the Braves. Jackson hits it into the bleachers near the student section. 24-18. Serve from Muller. Walker into the student section. Timeout, Banks. Banks had a 8-point lead at 24-16. Siuslaw has come back to score the last 3 in a row and is holding serve. Timeout, Braves. Banks 24, Siuslaw 19. Will take a 30-second break.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates.
And we're back. Braves still with a 5-point lead, but Siuslaw going on a little bit of a run, leading to the Braves timeout. Hayden Muller serving for the Vikings. Jump serve is dug out by Jackson. Evans. Walker out of the back row, just long, 24-20. Again, jump serve from Muller. Jackson and Walker nearly come together. Evans, Saunders, too long, aiming for the far back corner. And apparently they got a touch. Wow. North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com. Shannon Jennings of North Plains is your local independent insurance agent. Are you overpaying for insurance? She can partner with a vast range of insurance companies to provide you with the most competitive products and services. Whether it's your home, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, we take the time to learn about you, your family, and your business to find the best coverage to protect your unique needs. For quality insurance coverage at affordable prices, call 503-444-0566 or email Shannon at shannonjenningsinsurance.com.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
And we're back. Banks winning set 3, 25-20. to pull within 2-1, 25-17, 25-22, 20-25. Return from Banks off the Siuslaw serve, looked wide to the near back corner, but ruled a touch apparently by the officials on a controversial end to the third set. Return from Van Aken, hits the back line, and Braves are up early in the fourth set, scoring the first point off the return from Van Aken. Serve from Saunders is dug out by Chappelle back row. Returned by Tapua. And an error on the Vikings. Serve from Alex Saunders. Muller. Tapua dumps it over. Dug out by Janasek. Evans to Van Aken. Popped up by Chappelle, shouldn't have played it, and would have went long, and it goes high into the air near the back wall on the east end, and the Braves are up 3-0. Serve from Saunders, Chappelle, Alberti, far side, Tapua off the net. Vikings have the side out and the first point, or their first point of the fourth set. Jump serve from Muller, short, Jackson, Tapua, probably would have had an easy kill, but Blake this time does the honors, and it's down the far side for the Vikings as they pull within one at 3-2. Muller gets the whistle to start the serve. Rockwell misplays it. Evans keeps it alive all the way, running across to the near side. Alberti sets up Tapua, too much. Desiree Tapua putting the hammer down that time for the Vikings to come back to tie it at 3 after the Braves had scored the first 3 points of the fourth set. Jump serve from Muller. Rockwell far side, Evans back sets to Van Aken. And misplayed by Alberti into the Vikings bench. Side out back to the Braves, leading 4-3. Serve from Stanley. Muller to Alberti. Tapua, blocked at the net by Walker. Braves a 5-3 lead. Serve from Stanley. Back corner, Chappelle misplays it off the far side net near the net stick. Braves a 6-3 lead. Vikings unable to pull it back off the net. Serve from Stanley. Muller. Alberti returned by Muller. Walker to Evans. Out of the back row, Rockwell. Muller pops it up to Alberti. Far side to Blake for the Vikings. Over the net, Johnson. Evans back sets to Walker. Too much. Long by a good 2 or 3 feet. And side out back to the Vikings. Trailing 6-4. Serve. Very close, but missing long off the attempt from Tapua. Braves back to a 3-point lead at 7-4 in the fourth set, trailing 2-1. Serve from Van Aken, short. Blake comes up to get it. Alberti takes it off the net, over the block of Walker, but Braves recover. Walker dumps it over far side. Lane, Rihanna Lane into the match for the Vikings. Evans on the return for the Braves, and communication issues that time between Muller and Alberti for the Vikings. Braves are up 8-4 in the fourth set. Serve from Van Aken. Tapua late into the bottom of the net, and the Vikings can't pull it off. 9-4. I think we may have another Siuslaw timeout. No indication yet. Carrie Blake is still at the other end of the Vikings bench. Muller returned by Blake off the heel of her hand. Diving Van Aken to Evans. Walker, and Vikings can't recover off the block. 10-4, Braves up 6. Beautiful job by the Braves to recover after Siuslaw had scored 3 in a row after the Braves had scored the first 3 of the fourth set. Since it was tied at 3, the Braves have been on a 7-1 run. Blake the return for Siuslaw. Sets up Evans. The beautiful angle on the return from Walker. Braves up 11-4 in the fourth. Thanks on an 8-1 run. Serve from Van Aken. Short, Tapua can't handle it. Braves are up 8-12-4. Not sure why Carrie Blake isn't calling a timeout. Serve from Van Aken. Blake pops it up. Muller back to Blake far side. Stanley. Evans. Back sets Johnson across the net. Skips across, but does make it on the other side. Returned by the Vikings. Evans sets it to Johnson. Dug out by Alberti. Blake pulls it out. Returned by Muller. Stanley dives to the floor. Evans back sets. Returned by Van Aken. Muller out of the back row for the Vikings. Alberti sets to Rihanna Lane. Dug out by the Vikings. Return dug out by Johnson for the Braves. Evans back to Johnson. Back row dug out by Tapua. Alberti far side to Blake. Down the far side. Down the line. And Siuslaw gets the hard-fought 4-point. But the Braves winning the war so far the last 2 sets after winning the third 25-20 and still up 7-12-5 here in the fourth. Serve from Manuz. Van Aken. Evans dives near the bleachers. Walker comes racing up near the net to come up with the return. And again, communication issues between Alberti and Manuz that time near side. A quick side out for the Vikings. Braves back up 8-13-5 and a timeout Siuslaw. Timeout Vikings. Braves about to come all the way back and tied at 2 sets after trailing 2-0, up 13-5 in the fourth. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Specialty Screen Printing.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
And we're back, fourth set. Braves up 13-5 in the fourth set, trailing 2-1, 25-17, 25-22, winning the third, 20-25. Controversial last point, though, the fourth set after the Braves' return looked long to the near back corner, and the Braves apparently getting a touch from the Vikings. Serve from Walker. Muller to Blake off the return near side. Popped up by Van Aken. Evans sets to Johnson across the net. Dug out by Muller again. Tapua across the net out of the back row for the Vikings. Johnson dumped over by Saunders. Alberti. Muller keeps it alive from out of bounds far side. Van Aken to Evans. Sets it back across. Dug off the net by Alberti. Out of the back row Tapua. Van Aken pops it up. Evans racing up to the net. Johnson on the return. Too much. 13-6. Side out back to the Vikings. Jump serve from Blake. Van Aken digs it out. Evans sets up Saunders right in front of Tapua. And I think somebody from Siuslaw missed an assignment, was supposed to play a little bit closer to the back row out of the center line. And Banks again gets another quick side out from the Vikings. Back to an 8-point lead at 14-6. Sierra Jackson to serve. Left center of the key near the basketball end line. Directly underneath where the basketball hoop would be. Tapua, returned by Lane, dug out by Jackson, pulled off the net incredibly by Evans, and somehow played, although it would have been wide off the far side. Played by Siuslaw, and diving to the floor, Van Aken, but much better effort the last two sets by the Braves. Still up 7 at 14-7, side out back to the Vikings. Coming in, Mika Chappelle. As soon as she gets done replacing a loose tire, gets her shoe fixed and is ready to start her serve from center of the key. Dug out by Walker and pops it over the net. Easy lob for Tapua for the kill, 14-8. Chappelle's serve, that time not even close. I think she hit the ball at the wrong spot of mistimed her contact and barely made it to the bottom of the net. Braves back up 7, 15-8. Serve from Evans. Returned by Outlaw. And we're going to get an error by the Vikings. Braves doubling up Siuslaw in the second set, or in the fourth set, 16-8. Serve from Evans is short. Muller. Returned by Tapua, dumps it over, and perfect placement by Tapua that time as Janasek and Van Aken got there, but late. Side out back to the Vikings, trailing 16-9. Serve from Alberti. Jackson to Evans. Saunders into the bottom of the net. Siuslaw able to hold serve, down 6. 16-10 in the fourth set, still up 2 sets to 1. 25-17, 25-22, 20-25. Serve from Alberti. Walker. Saunders, returned by Walker. Muller to Alberti. Tapua, blocked. Saunders recovers. Evans to Van Aken over the top. The Braves get it back across. Outlaw blocked at the net by Saunders and Janasek to come up with the point. Braves get the side out back up 7 at 17-10. Serve from Alex Saunders. Dug out by Chappelle. Alberti. Tapua through the hands of Walker. And Van Aken the return and finds a hole in the center of the Siuslaw defense. Braves are back up at 8 at 18-10. Serve from Saunders. Back row, back corner, played by Muller, far side. Returned by Outlaw. Evans dives. Jackson keeps it alive. Saunders on the return. Oh. Siuslaw bench and their fans are not happy with the call, but made contact with the back line, and Braves are up 9 at 19-10. Yeah, they are going to reverse the call. So side out back to the Vikings, trailing 18-11 after reversal of a call that came close to hitting the end line. Walker from out of bounds, and ball crossed the net out of bounds, so it's going to stay. Serve will stay with Siuslaw, trailing 18-12. Serve from Muller. Evans back sets to Van Aken on the return. Too long. 18-13. Muller jump serve. Evans able to dump it over. Alberti far side to Blake. Off the return for the Vikings, and off the wall from Madison Walker and Janicek. Van Aken can't get there in time. 18-14. Again, the serve from Muller. This time is long. Side out back to the Braves, up 5 at 19-14. Serve from Stanley is returned by Blake, dug out by Stanley. Rockwell sets up Johnson, blocked at the net. Johnson able to pull it back. Evans, dumped over by Rockwell. Muller, Alberti far side to Blake, over the top, blocked, but out of bounds far side. Side out back to the Vikings, trailing 19-15. Serve from Desiree Tapua. Van Aken to Evans. Back sets. Muller recovers. Alberti far side to Blake again. Too much into the back row. Long, 20-15. Serve from Van Aken. Short. Blake pops it up. Alberti gets it back in play to Lane for the kill. Brianna Lane, 20-16 Siuslaw. Side out back to the Vikings. Serve from Brindley Manuz for Siuslaw. Dumped over by Johnson down the near line. Down the near sideline, Tapua looked at it late, and they're going to get a error on the Braves. Serve from Brindley Manuz, Stanley to Evans. Johnson over the top of the wall, but blocked by the Vikings, and then Johnson comes up short into the top of the net. Vikings within 2 at 20-18. Just get the side out, ladies. Don't let that call get in your head. The serve from Manuz. Stanley, nice job by Walker to play it off keep it out of the bleachers. Braves come up with the return. And this time Lane, too much for Stanley. Vikings within 1 at 20-19. And we are going to have a timeout, Banks. I thought so, as Rhonda King looked up into the bleachers to Stephanie Wayne, head coach for most of the season until the October 18th mandate. Braves clinging to a 1-point lead, trailing 2-1. to the Siuslaw Vikings. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Tenente's Pizza.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to Tenente's Pizza and Subs. Try one of the many specialty pizzas like the Mama Supremo or a delicious torpedo sub sandwich. Mention Westside Greatest Hits and save 10% off your order. Tenente's Pizza and Subs at the corner of Glencoe and Pacific in North Plains. Open 11 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday and Sunday 3 to 8 for carry-out and delivery. Visit the website, Tenente'sPizzaAndSubs.com, or call 503-647-5761.
And we're back late fourth set. Braves clinging to a 1-point lead at 20-19. Braves need to get a side out. Brindley Manuz waiting for a go-ahead. Serve is misplayed by Stanley into the back wall, tied at 20. Serve from Manuz. Stanley into the net. Evans can't play it off as it goes barely into the bottom of the net. Siuslaw with a 1-point lead, 21-20. Siuslaw short serve. Rockwell to Evans. Sets up Johnson. Blocked at the net, out of bounds. Far side. Braves have come back to tie it at 21. Saunders comes back in for the Braves. Serve from Madison Walker. Muller. Blake with the return off the tip. Saunders and side out back to the Vikings. The 1-point lead, 22-21, as they win the battle at the net. Vikings win this set. They win the match 3-1. Jump serve from Blake. Far side, Johnson to Stanley. Gets it back in play, center of the court. Evans on the return. Tapua. Far side to Outlaw. Blocked. Outlaw able to keep it alive from out of bounds. And the Vikings come up with the point on the return, 23-21. Jump serve from Blake. Walker digs it out. Evans to Johnson, far side, too long. Match point for the Vikings, up 24-21. Jump serve from Blake. And that's it. Stanley misplayed it. And the Vikings advance to the first round with a 3-1, 25-17, 25-22, 20-25, 25-21 victory. That'll do it for volleyball season for us this year. Our next broadcast will be Friday night as the Banks Braves will host Tillamook, beginning with the pregame at 6:40 live from Kelly Field. Winner advances to the state playoffs as the 4A District 1 number 1 seed and district champion. The loser will be the number 2 seed, and either Siuslaw, Astoria, or Milwaukee will be the 3 seed, depending on how things play out on Friday night. Thanks for listening to tonight's match against Siuslaw, the 3-1 victory, 25-17, 25-22, 20-25, 25-21. I'm Trevor Beard. Thanks for listening to tonight's match. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. Good night, and God bless.